Yeah, I know it's been a few minutes since my last review, but if you recall the opening paragraph of my John Wick Chapter 4 video, you'll remember that my spring and summer weekends were to be nomadic as fuck, hence the delay. Sure, in between reviews I've released a podcast and streamed a little bit, but coming to my channel seeking that type of high quality content would be like going to Angela White for advice on maintaining abstinence. I suppose I'd be remiss if I didn't say that of course I don't approve of the way Ezra Miller has conducted themselves during certain moments of their personal life, but that won't stop me from making jokes about it because I'm that type of cunt. Also, I wouldn't blame you for not seeing The Flash based on that principle alone. I, however, am too fascinated by how the DCEU operates to look away, so I'll be reviewing this movie with less stigma than an Icelandic barman should feel when kicking out a high-profile actor for allegedly strangling a random woman. Fuck me, that was a reach. Barry Allen literally runs back in time to alter some events of the past, but naturally shit gets fucked, so he seeks the help of an alternate version of the Justice League to aid a situation in need of more reparation than a Hawaiian karaoke bar after Miller overheard someone attempt a rendition of Shallow. Fucking hell, that was John Jones levels of reach there. As always, when I watch an installment by the DCEU, I anxiously wait for a tremendous shit bomb to interrupt pitiful attempts at adhering to current superhero trends. I am, however, happy to report that no such fecal explosion took place, but unfortunately such absence doesn't prevent The Flash from being mundanely average. Mere moments had passed and the movie already managed to summon an internal tut out of me by ways of using that done-to-death super slow-motion action sequence to exemplify just how quick a character is. We already knew Barry is fast as fuck, so why contribute to a needlessly gigantic 144-minute runtime in a manner that's been done far better elsewhere, plus surely a much shorter duration would be more apropos thematically speaking. I've mentioned before that I'm suffering from a severe case of superhero saturation. Obviously The Flash doesn't dilute this, but it heavily donates to my ever-increasing multiverse fatigue, and I say that in spite of actually preferring the Justice League belonging to this new dimension. Anyway, happy Death Day to you. Far From Home, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Into the Spider-Verse are just a handful of examples released relatively close together that use alternate dimensions as an underlying theme. I say relatively close, but granted there's been years separating some, but I imagine I've forgotten a fair amount of shit in between because of said fatigue. With that in mind though, Into the Spider-Verse graced cinemas on June 1st of this year and The Flash only 2 weeks after the fact. It's no secret that DC's track record against Marvel when it comes to critical acclaim and box office success isn't exactly spiffing, so you can't help but think that releasing this feature so close to their strongest and in many ways superior competition's latest offering, at time of talking, is more careless than Ezra Miller's etiquette towards child grooming. The acting is on par with what you'd expect from the genre, interpret that how you wish, I say it about most superhero movies. Controversies and legal issues notwithstanding, Ezra Miller puts on a genuinely good performance as both versions of the title character, although I found alternate dimension Barry irritating to buggery, but that was most likely by design, though could have been dialed down without consequence for sure. MVP goes to Michael Keaton. Dude straight up still got it when it comes to playing the Caped Crusader, and if Ben Affleck has decided to permanently hang up the bat gloves, I wouldn't complain at all if DC hired Keaton to reprise the role indefinitely. Even including the aforementioned slow motion sequence, I still overall enjoyed the action. It contained enough variety and creativity to not feel stretched out or lackluster. However, the CGI that was helming it, and indeed scenes outside of combat, were extremely inconsistent. Sometimes the effects were a sight to behold, and at others contained less visual appeal than most of the women I've slept with. Reason being is that they were trying new shit, so it would be unreasonable to expect the polish to be as gleaming as the finish belonging to the more established techniques. See Rogue One for a previous example. Fuck, I almost forgot. Yes, there is a post-credits scene that naturally I didn't stick around for because inevitable disappointment, but when I got home from my viewing, YouTube confirmed that I was right to vamoose. Shit ton of cameo appearances and Easter eggs though. Enough in fact to keep the hardcore fanbase busier than Ezra Miller's defense attorney. The Flash's potential, albeit limited, was fueled by a $200 million+ budget, but alas it only managed to unlock the It's Alright achievement. On the positive though, because of how blasé the movie is, it doesn't blemish DC's reputation. No, Batman vs Superman made sure that defilement of unfathomable proportion was embedded in the franchise years ago, much akin to the tremendous impact Ezra Miller has had on the harassment allegation statistics.